Fatima Bosch walks out of Telemundo interview after being asked about Nawat Itsaragrisil's criminal complaint. Lies. Miss Universe appeared uncomfortable and stated that she had done nothing wrong. On a Telemundo program, Fatima Bosch was questioned about the controversy surrounding her coronation, from the freezing of Raul Rocha Cantu's bank accounts to the criminal complaint filed against her by Nawat Istaragrisil. The young woman's reaction, after answering, visibly dissatisfied, was to leave the interview. As Fatima herself stated, she has been in the United States for several days now, doing a media tour as part of her first activities as Miss Universe. One of the shows she visited this past Sunday, December 7th, was Pica extensa. Although at the beginning of the conversation the young woman from Tabasco appeared smiling and even indicated that she considered Telemundo a second home since winning the title of Miss Mexico, she was received at the channel on more than one occasion. The conversation became increasingly uncomfortable. "First of all, I'm super happy to be back here. I just won Miss Mexico, and I came to be with you all. You know I feel like Telemundo is my second home." But Bosch's expression changed as the questions Lord Stephen and Carlos Adian asked him focused on the most controversial issues that have arisen since his coronation. First, they asked her what her opinion was that some participants, as happened with Olivia Yatse, Miss Ivory Coast, had fewer opportunities to obtain the title because, due to visa problems, they could not fulfill all the trips that the winner has to make throughout the year of activities. Without intending to express a stance against the organization, the Tabasco native's response was discreet, expressing her wish that visas in situations beyond the competitor's control should not be a limitation for them to have the opportunity to win. Everyone should have the same opportunities to win, regardless of their passport, but as an organization, you have to understand that it's a business. It's a job. They have to look for someone who facilitates the work. If you have to travel all over the world, it's obvious that they need someone who can travel easily, she said. The young woman's discomfort was even more visible when she heard the name of Raul Rocha Cantu, who is being investigated by the FGR for his alleged involvement in crimes such as drug, arms, and fuel trafficking, from which she distanced herself by stating that she had no involvement in that situation. "I have nothing to do with those things. My job is to be a voice for women all over the world. I don't think my participation should be related to issues that may be external to me." It was then that she stated that, had she known all the controversy that would arise after her coronation, she would not have changed her decision to participate in the contest, because she has very clear convictions. "I have nothing to hide. I didn't do anything wrong. I participated. I gave my all. The results were what they were. I feel that morbid curiosity will always cause something to talk about because, sadly, we live in a society distorted by values, where I think that, still, it bothers them to see a woman who wins in a clean way, who earns merit on her own. Nobody has asked me what I am doing in my work, but they do ask me only controversial things," she argued. Adian then asked a question regarding the criminal complaint that Nawat Itsaragrisil, director of Miss Universe Thailand, filed against him for defamation, although it should be noted that the presenters, both he and Lourdes, used the term lawsuit. Thus, Fatima indicated that there was no lawsuit against her, and given the insistence of the hosts, she indicated how unfortunate she found it that they focused the entire conversation on negative aspects and not on her goals as Miss Universe or on her professional aspirations. "I honestly don't have any lawsuits against me. I don't want to talk about that issue. I haven't defamed anyone. I haven't said anything that isn't true. It's a topic that, of course, is being discussed, but we need to move on. There are more important things, like the empowerment of real women. I think that should resonate more in society than external things or lies that aren't real. I have no knowledge of any of that. That's all I can tell you." Thus, when the broadcast returned to the air, Fatima did not reappear on screen, and the following morning, Monday, December 8, Adian and her colleagues announced that the young woman had left the studio and had also canceled the rest of the interviews she had already arranged with the channel. They also stated that, upon leaving the channel, she did not want to be transported by the vehicle that Telemundo had designated to take her to her hotel, so she opted to take an Uber. The production had organized a celebration for her with mariachis, but she refused to participate, claiming she had nothing to celebrate. Fatima was very upset, handed over her wardrobe, and didn't even want to accept the transportation that Telemundo had confirmed for her, so she left in an Uber.